Stephanie Egger here today on the program. Invicta FC 20 coming up. Alexa Connors. You probably haven't heard of her. She's only 2-0, Stephanie. But an amazingly huge, long-term combative sport record in judo. Incredible run. What made you want to jump into MMA as opposed to just moving on to other things?
Yeah, I started with MMA 2 years ago. I stopped with judo because I haven't fun anymore and I had some problems with my hips and I was out for 1 year. I started again. I was out for a half year and yeah, the fun wasn't anymore there. So I stopped and I looked for other sports. So I started with grappling and then it was fun. So I go to boxing and it was cool. So then I say, okay, I try MMA. So now I
a national level judo training camp versus an MMA fight training camp? How are they different? I mean, obviously there's grappling and boxing in an MMA training camp, but did you have to train differently for judo than you do for MMA?
Yes, it's different. Because in judo you do a tournament and then you stay there and do a fight week with all your opponents. So you do sparring with your opponents in judo, and that's a big difference between judo and MMA, because in MMA you train with your training partners at home and or in the camp where you are. So it's different in MMA.
Did you find it hard to jump from a 5-minute round in judo to 3 5-minute rounds in MMA? Was it hard to get your cardio up to that level?
No, the cardio wasn't my problem. It's sometimes it's hard because you have stand up, you have to train stand up, you have to train ground game, and sometimes I'm like that. Oh shit, I have to do this better and this, but sometimes I haven't that much time. I think the day should be 40 hours, so I can train everything. But then the others say, okay, it's okay. Today just boxing and tomorrow we start again. But that's the hard part in MMA for me.
So this is for everybody at home. Stephanie is a 10-time member of the Swiss Judo National Team. She's a 2010 European Judo champion, and you've actually got a win over who Dana White says is the largest star right now in the UFC, over Ronda Rousey in judo. So obviously at 2-0, the goal is eventually is to beat the champion Invicta, move on to the UFC and be a champion in the UFC. Do you think that you and Ronda will end up crossing paths again before she retires?
Yes. It's a long time ago. It's almost 10 years when we fight each other, and it was normal because in the world tourney you fight a lot of high level judo players like Olympic medalists or world champs, so it wasn't that it was normal for me to fight high level athletes. I don't know. Now I have my first fight in the US in Invicta, so we will see what happens after that fight. So it's hard to say. Yeah.
Is with judo, do you have to make weight the day of the competition? So you make weight and then you fight that same day?
Yes.
So MMA for you is different, where you get to weigh in the night before and then fight the next day.
I can do more weight.
Do you?
I can lose more weight for MMA than in judo because you have 1 day more.
Do you find making weight easier because you have that extra day to recuperate?
Yes.
Are you What's your normal diet the week of for MMA to try to make weight? Like, what do you normally eat throughout that week?
Um, yeah, I eat not so much carbo. I eat chicken and proteins, and yes, that's it. It's not so much the last week, but it works like that. So I feel great when I fight. So it's perfect like that. So I will continue like that with it's about 6 kilos.
So about 12 pounds thereabouts, like 14 pounds. So normal amount. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
How much did you cut for judo?
And not that much. I switched in 63 kilo, or sometimes I fight in 70 kilos. So in 70, I haven't to cut weight, but in 63, it was around 5 kilo. But it was hard for me to do 63 because you have every 2 weeks to make weight, and that's the hard part in judo because you have to do a lot. So sometimes I switched to 70 kilo because it was easier for me to do that.
So in MMA, a lot of guys look at tapes and they try to break down their opponents to see, what's going to happen. Alexa's only got one fight in the pro level, so it's very hard to find tape on her. How did you prepare? Like, how did you get a game plan together for what's going to happen in the fight?
Yes, I saw a few fights on YouTube from her, and I saw she's a more stand-up girl, and she likes to move. So that was what I see. But I like to focus on me, so it doesn't matter what she likes, because I like to watch what I have to do in a fight, so it doesn't matter.
That's Stephanie Egger. She's got Alexa Connors coming up here. Invicta FC 20, of course, can be seen on Fight Pass November 18th. Stephanie, thanks so much for coming on here. I appreciate it, especially because I know you're in Switzerland and it's late at night for you right now. So I appreciate you coming on.
Cool. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.